Hey, free spirits. Wendy and Dave here. So, setting up campsite tent 101. Um, so we set it up on an angle, as you guys might have seen from the other video, the tent, and on a hill, because we live on a slope. And oh my God, talk about the just being on that slight incline, and I don't know what the degree would you say that it is, the incline that the tent's on. It's not really that big, but I was so uncomfortable because all the blood was like rushing to my feet, and it was just the weirdest feeling. And it was pretty warm out, but it was very tolerable in here. And I gotta say, hang on, that fan, yeah, that fan works great. And it was even on the, the lowest setting, and that thing worked great. And doesn't it still have 4 left still?
Yep.
And it ran all night. So thumbs up for the fan. That was really good. But it's like 5 o'clock now p.m. the next day. And what I didn't realize, which yes, Dave did suggest in the middle of the night, although I was kind of frustrated, and the dog was like kept us awake. She was just, it was her first night sleeping in a tent, and so she was kind of getting acclimated, but she did really well. She's been sleeping outside with us many times on the air mattress, so she was actually quite used to it. But she was just itchy and stuff, and it was, I think too, because it was warm. But so I didn't sleep very well, and being at this incline, I literally kept sliding down the bed, and then
So we did scope out the area
we
first,
did. I mean, this
and
is
this is sort of the best
this is like
spot in
the
the whole
best spot of
yard.
the whole yard.
But
So
this side of the tent, the other side of the tent is a
is a
little
little
better.
right. So that's what I wanted to show you guys was okay. So we had it on over there on that side of the room, and Dave did suggest in the middle of the night that we try to move it to this side of the tent, and because the doors and um I didn't take the time to move it, and I should have, because I would have just slept much better, because all we did was slide it over. Oh, we came back down, brought the level, and took the level around the whole yard back here to see what would be the best spot. Plus the grass is getting really long over here, but it's not level enough. So this was kind of it. We did good as far as eyeing it the first time.
Mm-hmm.
But we both scoped it out pretty well. But just sliding over the mattress to this side of the tent made all the difference in the world. As far as it was just enough of an incline that now I'm not sliding off the bed. I feel like I'm laying flat. So we just came back up here to assess the situation and figure out, do we want to sleep in here again tonight or not. But it was actually really good. It was nice. The weather was beautiful. It was cool in here, very comfortable. And it was, I don't know, it was probably about it was about 70 last night, 70
Mm-hmm.
degrees Fahrenheit. And the humidity was maybe, what was it, about like 65% or 69% or something. Not too high. It's 89% today, the humidity. So I'm not sure if we're gonna want to sleep out here again tonight. And I don't want it to be too warm either for the puppy, but it's only supposed to be like 67 degrees tonight or something. So depending on how it feels with the humidity, but I really really want to come back out here and and sleep.
Yeah,
So
we were trying to decide if it was reasonable to leave the tent where it was and move the bed around a little bit, as opposed to try to relocate the
the
tent
whole,
maybe
yeah,
5 or 6 feet
over
further over.
like that. So
So
which we may still, but we also have the washroom tent set up over here too, so we would just have to kind of slide everything over. But
and it's Saturday, so
yeah,
I do have work on during
on
the week,
Monday, yeah.
so
So
you know
we typically wouldn't do do this on a work night typically, but hey, once we get set up, there's no reason not to.
yeah, once the weather's
And
nicer.
yeah, there's a reason why we can't just come out here in the backyard and sleep
Hmm.
outside if we want and hang out and do outside stuff. We just really just like being outside as much as we possibly can. And since we've known each other, we've we've actually slept outside. I mean a lot. I mean
Yeah.
on purpose. So yeah,
Outside,
outside, no tent, just
porch,
on the
deck.
porch, on the deck, on at Airbnbs outside. When we paid for a perfectly good bed, which wasn't a very good bed, and we actually opted to sleep like on the deck, which was hard
On
on
just
the
uh,
wood deck.
with just a sheet.
And it was far more enjoyable, at least for a few days till we got really sore. But yeah, I was pretty sore and stiff today from that. So yeah, anybody out there who is looking to set up your tent, and of course it's we knew that it's like when you set up your, and also I want to say, yes, we did try the bed the other direction, doing it, horizontally in the tent, but I didn't like the feeling that I was rolling downhill either, sideways. So this feels just much better.
So if we try it again tonight, or you know, sometime soon, uh, if this is uncomfortable, we'll turn the bed and see what that's like. And a couple people suggested that doing that, but that was really for smaller tents. When,
Yeah, it was
typically
like a
single
one
person,
person,
where you
right?
prop yourself up on the
With
side
some, yeah.
so you didn't roll down. But uh, it I slept fine. But
Yes, he did. I
but
will add that he slept
but
fine.
the issue
I kept
was well, and I
sliding
think it
down
was
the bed.
I think it was sort of a blood pressure issue
I was
where
feeling weird. I was because I kept feeling like all of the
and
fluid was going, because it does, And then I have to laugh because then we're looking at, that's going to be next. We'll talk about that later. But chairs, can't finding camping chairs. Okay.
well, it's interesting because as we're looking for the different camping chairs, the zero gravity chairs, which we're probably going to try out, talk about keeping your feet
Elevated.
elevated for just that reason, and
So I'm like,
that
yeah,
sort of made us realize,
yeah.
well, that might be what was going on with Wendy
So
last night. That uh, there was a
it definitely, I had never felt like that quite. Although you know how it feels though when you like have had a long day on your feet, and you're just like, I mean, I'm sure people can relate to this. And yeah, it was just like, oh my, and I just needed to get back, on flat. So anyway, and no,
now Wendy
what
was here all night long
I
until like 5:30
I
in the
did. I
morning.
did good. I did, you guys. I
So
trooped it out, but I tell you what, by 5:30, it was like okay. I just couldn't take it anymore. I was
and the
like,
sun was coming
and
up.
yep, and the birds were singing, and then Abby got up and she was awake, and I said, okay, I'm going, and on came the coffee. You'd think I would go right back to sleep, and no, we have not been down here and out here all day. No, we have not. We've been actually up at the house doing all kinds of things today. So, but anyway, we'll fill you in
Hmm.
on all that. But I wasn't even planning on making this video right now, but I'm just gonna do this right now, and anyway, because yeah, so that's how we're rolling, and that's how we're going and learning, and yeah, that's what free spirits do, right? So there you go. That's what happens when you set up your tent on a slope. So, okay, everybody, happy travels, happy trails,
See you
free
soon.
spirits. Bye.